speak on it with who you with Kirk though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to speak on it with who you with Kirk though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to speak on it with who you with Kirk though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with Kirk though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to speak on it with who you with Kirk though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with Kirk though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to speak on it with who you with Kirk though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with Kirk though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to speak on it with who you with Kirk though. Welcome to speak on it with who you with Kirk though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to speak on it. Welcome to speak on it. I'm welcome to speak on it. Welcome to speak on it. I'm welcome to speak on it. Welcome to speak on it. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm 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 who you with, Kirk dog?
Yo, what's going on? Happy Monday to everyone. Oh, tonight we got a special guest in the house tonight. Want to welcome everyone watching on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch. And if you also on Twitter, thank you for watching. You can live chat with us during the show. Tonight we are talking with the owner of Lynn Beauty Depot, LLC, a brand new black-owned beauty supply house that is in Desoto, Texas. Miss Rodesia Scott, welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I ran across this post the other day, and it talked about dear black men and women, you have a safe place. And I sent you a message. I'm like, what exactly do you mean about this safe place? I was just kind of curious for someone to post that, and I wanted to find out more information about it. Could you explain that post?
So the post came from right after Chadwick died. A lot of people expressed how they were feeling, to take such a loss from such a grand person. And one thing I know about the Black community is a lot of times we don't have safe spaces for us to go to just be us. And yes, my store is just a beauty supply store, but I consider it a safe space. And when I say safe space, I mean, you don't have to come here and shop with me. If you want to come in and speak, and you want to come in and just have a sit down and chat with me or whoever is in the store, or if you want to come and vent about some stuff, that's my definition of safe space. And you're not going to be frowned upon if you don't buy anything. You're not going to be hounded because you're in the store. You're not going to be followed, any of that. So I consider Lynn's Beauty Depot as a safe space, and I wanted the community to know that, which is why I posted it, because it was a lot of emotions going on when the news broke that Chadwick Boseman passed away.
Wow, that's good. So what inspired you to open up a beauty supply depot in Dallas, DeSoto?
The main thing that inspired me is the treatment of Black people in other beauty supply stores. Secondly, I felt like I wanted to do something where I could give back to the community in some kind of way. And we all know that the beauty industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and most of those funds come from the Black community. So to me, it makes sense to own a piece of that billion-dollar industry and be able to pour those funds back into the Black community, because right now the people that dominates that industry, they have nothing to do with the Black community. So
Exactly.
it makes sense for me to be able to use my store as an avenue for that.
No, okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad we have someone like you taking a stand and and being able to bring a beauty supply house to our neighborhoods, but also treating people with respect. You're not
Yes.
going to be followed around the store.
Nope.
You're not going to be disrespected.
That's right.
So that's always a plus for me.
Hmm.
Um, Also, the name Lynn, because your name is not Lynn. How
Right.
did that name come about?
Lynn is my mom. My mom's name is Viola Lynn Banks. Um, she's from West Dallas, graduated from Pinkston High School, class of 1979. Shout out to y'all. Um, so my mom passed away. Well, she didn't just pass away. She was murdered when I was 5 years old. So everything my brothers and I do, we try to honor her in some kind of way. So it's Lynn's Beauty Depot. And what my vision of the store is to have a Lynn's on every corner. And so we were just going through, we already knew that the name would be Lynn. I already knew that. I just needed something else to attach on to it. And just, I know by like people talking to me and knowing who I am and knowing who my mother was that she lives through me. I know that. So, it was a tragedy. It was a bad situation. And I don't have a lot of fond memories of anything because I was so young that I lived through my family. So it's just a way for me to just kind of pay homage to her. I'm the only girl. I have four brothers, and so after my mom passed away, my grandmother took us in, and she was heaven sent. She's still alive. She's 82 years old, and she's still kicking and swinging, and she has raised us to be great people. And me and my youngest brother, we're thick as thieves. His name is Rudy, and we come up with visions all the time. And this was my vision, this was my plan, and I've been trying to, figure out a way to execute it. And I knew that Lynn had to be a part of it. So, I had a rough upbringing, but the community aspect and the way I live and think and breathe community, this Lynn is going to help me get through that.
Man, that's powerful. Also, so before you got into the beauty supply industry, uh, what was your background like before then?
I served 14 years in the United States Navy.
14 years?
I did. I did
Oh, wow.
14 years. So the Navy was not a part of my plan. I don't think it was. It wasn't like it had nothing to do with what I wanted to do. If you talk to anybody who knew me as a young woman, young person, I wanted to be a pediatrician. That was my goal. But life happens. So with my mother passing, with my mother being murdered, I always correct myself when I say that because passing away and murder are two different things to me. And I want to, reiterate that she was murdered. Someone took her life, and we don't know who that someone is. But just to stay on track, after she was murdered and my grandmother raised us, my senior year in high school, my brother was murdered. So just imagine this young black girl growing up in West Dallas. I didn't have it bad. My grandmother did great raising us, and I thank her for everything she's ever done. But, the cards that we are dealt in poverty-stricken neighborhoods are not the best cards. So I didn't get dealt the best cards. I kept my grades up. I was a straight A student, and it's my senior year in high school. It's supposed to be the best time of my childhood life, and boom, my brother is murdered. So I was really angry. I was already kind of angry as a young girl, not having a mom, but then to lose my brother, I was extremely angry. So I kind of was just doing what I thought people wanted me to do instead of doing what I really wanted to do. And I needed an escape. And what I did was, I tried college, and I knew I could get into any college I wanted to because of my grades, but that just wasn't for me. I tried college, left. Christmas break came, and I literally just saw a Navy commercial. It was talking about traveling the world and stuff like that. And I called, dialed the number, spoke with the recruiter, and I didn't tell anybody that I was thinking about joining the Navy or joining the Navy until the contract was signed. So they couldn't talk me out of it. So I called the next day, took a test, blew the test out the water, and it was like, wow, okay, let's go. And I just, and I was of age already. I was 19, so I didn't need anybody's permission to go anywhere. So I did everything on my own. And on the back end, I told my family. And my grandmother, I knew she was gonna have a hard time because I was her connection to my mother. So her losing my mother the way she did, and then me leaving, I knew that was rough on her, but she supported me every step of the way. So I joined the Navy, served 14 years. When I separated from the Navy, I was a Navy chief. I was a QMC, which is a navigator. So I navigated ships in the Navy. And in 2018, I moved back to Dallas, well, Desoto to be exact, and everything took off from there.
Wow, that's a strong testimony. What's your, if you don't mind, what's your grandmother's name? Because we need to give her
Lois
her
Banks.
flowers. Miss Banks, Miss
Miss
Lois
Banks, my
Banks,
girl. I call her Lolo.
Miss Lolo Banks.
Lolo.
Thank you for the great job you did, Miss Lolo.
Yes, you
I
did.
know in a lot of cases the grandmothers have to stand up and take care of the grandkids and lead and guide them in the right direction.
That's right.
Now you mentioned you would like to have um, Lynn Beauty Depot on every corner. Do you have a plan in place that you're looking at?
Well,
How,
Lynn's is September 20. We turned 3 months old, so we opened smack dab in the middle of a pandemic, and we opened Juneteenth weekend. I couldn't stray away from that. But that is my plan. I don't have like the exact, and I don't have a blueprint for the opening of every corner, and it has a lot to do with the way the store performs now in finances and stuff like that, and how I'm going to execute it. But that's what I want to do. I want to have a franchise.
okay. Now we was talking earlier today, and you mentioned about the military. How
Yes.
did you actually get into the beauty supply part?
Oh, so the beauty supply part came from, like, Black women in the military. We've always had a hard time with our hair, always. The rules and regulations in the military were not set for us to be successful when it came to our appearance. And I believe that. All of my Black women friends in the military believe that too. So we struggle with the hair sector as it is. And then so to struggle trying to figure out how you're going to wear your hair for work, which, like India.Arie say, I am not my hair. And then struggle with shopping for those products with inside the beauty supply store. I was like, come on now, this is just too much. So I wanted to create a better experience. And so one thing we struggled with was products and hair while deployed. So what I did when I first separated was I was selling virgin hair. And I did that. I started that up. I did that. And I said, you know what? I need to do more. I need to do something different, not just sell hair. Like, what about an entire store? Not a store just full of hair, but a store full of hair and everything else, because, we needed it. And my main focus, and I don't think I mentioned this to you earlier, but my main focus was to be a better assistance to the Black women on deployment, because we struggle with getting our products. We would, get hair or order hair. It wouldn't be what we ordered, or we get the products and it's opened and it's spilling out. Or the main products that we really need, the people won't ship it to you because you're at an FPO AP, which is, a military address. They won't even ship it to you. So you have to find a friend or a family member to get it sent to them, and then they ship it to you. It just was a whole fiasco. So my main focus when I actually thought about Lynn's was the fact that I would be able to ship all over the world to the military women and men, because I have an actual section just for men in my store.
Okay.
Yeah.
I seen where y'all running a contest for the fellas this week.
Yeah.
I know my beard kind of hood out right now. I need to get
It's
it
okay.
trimmed,
It's
but
okay.
they
You can do an
running a
old picture.
contest. Huh?
You can use an older picture. You don't have to use a present picture.
Yeah, yeah. But definitely, tell us about this contest y'all are running this week.
So my husband thought of this contest. So every week we do giveaways or raffles or something in the store. So this week we doing the Dapper Depot challenge, or is it Depot Dapper? No, it's Dapper Depot challenge, where you post. It's a post on Facebook. If you follow us on Facebook, Lynn's Beauty Depot LLC, it's a post, and all you have to do is post either yourself or someone you know in the comments looking dapper that has a beard. That's all you got to do. And what we're going to do is tally up the likes and the hearts and all that good stuff. And then the winner gets to come to the store and get one product from one of the Black-owned beard line companies that we house in the store. So we have two different beard line companies. One is the Debonair Beard Co., and it's Black-owned. And then the other one is Living Legend, which is Black-owned. So we sell their products in the store, and we want to be able to, put it out there that these products are sold inside of Lynn's Beauty Depot. So we using this Dapper Depot challenge as a way to get the word out. So, ladies, if you want to post your guy, you can do that. Or if your brother, your brother's always dapper, post your brother. But make sure you tag the person that you're posting if it's not yourself. Make sure you tag them so we know. So we do the tally up. We always go live on Saturdays to announce the winner. So we'll go live on Saturday, talk about the challenge a little bit, explain a little bit more about the products that we sell and what we're giving away, and then we'll announce the winner. And then they just come and pick it up.
Okay. And do you ship all across the world?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I just put your website up, so
Mm-hmm.
you can go to landbeautydepot.com and place your order online, and they can
Yep.
ship it out to you. Um, can they also email you or
So one thing I have tried my best to do is make sure my customer service is across the board excellent. And I use my grandmother in mind for this because I know a lot of elderly men and women are not tech savvy. So they literally can call the depot. The number is 469-747-3212. They can call the depot and say, hey, I'm looking for this product. If I have it in the store, I let them know I have it, and I can either take a payment over the phone, or if they close, they can come and pick it up in our drive-thru, or they can come inside and pick it up.
okay?
And the reason I did that is because I do have a lot of elderly people that come into my store. They come in and they shop, and my grandma always calling me, telling me what she needs in the store. So, and she's not getting on anybody's internet at all.
Exactly.
She's 82. So I can't expect them to just change because this is the era that we live in. I just kind of adapt to them. It's not very many of them, so I don't mind doing it that way. But you can call that number. And
Give me that number again.
469-747-3212 is the store's phone number.
Okay, I'm gonna put it up in the chat where people can actually see it. And the only thing you have to do is you can call, see if they have what you need, and if she don't have it, I'm sure she could get it.
Yes, I build my store off of recommendations. I literally had, for the first 3 weeks I was open, I had index cards at the checkout counter. If they came in, whether they bought something or not, if they didn't see something that they normally see in other beauty supply stores that they wanted to see inside of Lynn's to keep them from having to shop with the other folks, I had them write it down. And if I got at least 3 of those, the same type of recommendation, I go and get it. Mondays, I'm normally closed. We do our inventory and restocking on Mondays. And I don't consider myself closed. I always tell people that Monday is a catch me if you can. So if I'm in the store, whether I'm restocking, doing something on my computer, if you come up to that door, whether it's locked or unlocked, if it's locked, I'm going to get up and unlock it. If it's unlocked, walk on in and shop. I won't turn you away because I'm technically closed. If I'm in here, the least I can do is assist you.
And that number is 469-747-3212. And I'm also put the address up. If you're in the DeSoto area, you can come out and support this sister. You was also telling me about your other program you have for small business. Um,
Yes.
let's talk about that for a minute.
So Small Business Saturday is a way for me to give back to the community. So it's free and it's first come, first serve. And what we do is we provide a space for small business owners who don't have a brick and mortar to come in and sell their products. So if you sell purses, if you sell shoes, if you sell purses and shoes, or clothes, or earrings, oils, whatever, shades, whatever it is that you sell, you can contact us via Messenger on Facebook, which is Lynn's Beauty Depot LLC. And on Instagram, it's just Lynn's Beauty Depot. You can just DM us, and then we'll send you. It's a short form to fill out, and basically, it's just you telling us about your business, and then you provide us with 3 dates. They're on Saturdays, and they have time slots. And what you do is you come in. You don't have to bring anything but your products. We provide you with the table, 2 chairs, stretch tablecloth, stretch chair cover, and what am I trying to say? Can't remember what I'm trying to say. And I can't remember, but
What?
we make it look nice for you to come in and sell it. And like I said, it's free. You don't have to pay me anything. You don't have to give me any of your goods, any of that. It's a way for me to give back and for me to give an opportunity to people who don't have the same type of platform I have, because running a brick and mortar is not easy and it's not cheap. So it's a way for me to say, hey, I can't pour into you like I want to financially, but maybe I can help you in some type of way. And it's a networking experience as well, because it's more than one business in here, and we all talking and networking amongst each other, and then the customers are networking as well. So Saturdays is a big thing. I love Saturdays. I love Small Business Saturdays at Lynn's.
So you're offering this service for free
For
for
free.
any vendors, uh,
Yes,
as long as it's not food. Anything
right.
else, it's okay.
That's right. Food and drinks, and that's because my business is not um, approved for food and business through the city of DeSoto, so I don't want to get fined or anything like that or sued. So I leave food and drink out, but everything else you can sell inside of Lynn's Beauty Depot. You can sell it for free.
Oh wow, that's
Mhm.
very interesting. And you're
Yeah.
doing it for free.
Yes, for free. I do it for free because, I can't. I don't. What I really want to do is pour into people financially, and I'm not at that status yet because my business is new. But I do it for free because if I can't offer that, I have, like I said, this is a safe space. This is what I mean by safe space. This is a safe space.
Giving it
So,
back,
yeah.
giving back to the community. That's great.
Mhm.
Uh, Giving other people opportunity to be
Yes.
exposed and to be able to come in and sell their product in your
Hmm.
business where you're not charging them anything.
No.
And that's a great way to give back. That's the reason why when I sent you the message, I'm like, hey, I want to know about this safe space. And
Yeah.
as we started to talk, I'm like, man, this is a wonderful thing. So definitely go out and support Lynn Beauty Depot,
Hmm.
1488 Northampton Road in DeSoto, Texas, 75115. Go out and support her. Her and her husband both are vets. They both
Hmm.
serve. So definitely go out and support them because unfortunately, in the times that we're in now, we need to try to support as many people in our neighborhood, the ones that look like us. And
Hmm.
and not only that, she started this business in the midst of a pandemic. So that's going out on faith. So definitely support her. I'm gonna come by there one day this week, and I'm gonna support you also. See what I'll find something I need to buy. So um, so
But remember, this is a safe space. You don't have to buy nothing. You just come in and speak and hang out with us. You
that's
don't have to buy anything. I tell people support is free. And they don't realize that sometimes people look at me like, what you mean support is free? Support is free. Sharing a post is free. Liking a post is free. What you're doing for me, that's support. And I tell people all the time, you don't have to spend dollars. The word of mouth is
Travel a long way.
it travels a long, long way. I've been getting online orders from like North Carolina. I got an online order from Missouri. I got an online order from New York. And it's just people saying, "Hey, this is a Black-owned beauty supply store. Y'all support her." So it's and I know it's word of mouth. I know it. My friends and family, they support me. They do. But it's people, total strangers that come in this store and I try my best to support everybody. And these same people, they turn around and support me. So I can.
Hey, I appreciate it. Welcome to the show, Miss Shakita Lockett Lane, Antonia Woods, and anyone else I didn't see come into the house tonight. Welcome to the show. Thank y'all for tuning in. We are talking with one of the owners of Lynn Beauty Depot, Miss Rodesia Scott, where she's doing some big things in Desoto, Texas. So definitely go out and support this sister. You could call your order in. You could go through drive-through, or you could just come in and hang out with them.
Yeah.
Come out and hang out. So I would say come in, hang out, bring some food, bring some lunch.
They can bring us some lunch. We right next door to Henderson's Chicken.
No, but she's doing great things in DeSoto. She's giving other small business the opportunity to come and sell their product in her store and not charging them anything. As long as it's not food or drinks, you can come in. They will set up a table for you for free to sell your product. So definitely support this sister. She's doing great things. I know your husband is not with you tonight, but what's his name?
His name is Jason Scott.
Jason Scott.
He is a vet also. We are both disabled vets. Been through a lot. He served 20 years as a nuclear engineer in the Navy, so that'll tell you a little bit about him. If you don't know what a nuclear engineer is, look it up. But he supports me all around. He's actually pulling up now. I'm looking at his truck pull in, but he kind of just let me take the wheel and go. Just like, tell me what you need me to do. That was what he did. He still says that to this day. What you need me to do? What you need me to do? He's just a supportive person, and I love him to death. We have a lot in common. My husband and I were both chiefs in the Navy. We have the same birthday, May 10th. He's a little older than I am, but we have the same birthday. And one crazy factor is his mom's name is Lynn as well. Isn't that something?
Oh, wow.
Scary. Yeah, we got a lot in common. He's from Detroit, Michigan. And I lived in Detroit for 3 years as a recruiter for the Navy. And guess what? I never met him there. He was still in the Navy doing his thing in the Navy, but it's crazy that we connected and to know that I was in Detroit, spent time in Detroit, and he's from Detroit. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's what he does. He's probably going to come in and speak.
Eastside.
See, there we go.
What's going on?
He's crazy.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So he just being like all around supportive, and then the reason he wasn't on the podcast is because he went to get my niece, and she is the reason this machine goes. Without her, I probably would be tucked in the corner somewhere. She's young and business minded young woman. She's 22 years old and she manages this store. She literally don't need us here. Like, she'd probably be ready for us to leave whenever we do leave.
Oh, okay.
And her name is Cashel. And she knew I was opening a store. She was in Houston. She lived in Houston. She called me and was like, "Hey, auntie, I'm not working. If you need me to come help you with the store, I'll come help." And she came up here in May and has not left.
Well, that's a good thing.
Shout out to her for that as well.
Shout out
She
to
in the store,
Michelle.
but she probably don't want to come on camera. And she want to come tell people how I know.
Look, she already grabbed
She
it.
does.
You just got off the plane, baby.
Right. She just got out the flight. Say hi. Hi.
Hey, how you doing? Also, while we talked earlier, kind of find out she is a member of Friendship West.
I
So
am.
we need to stand behind our church members. So
Yes, I
she,
am.
she's a member of Friendship West. So definitely go out and support her. Um, Other than that, I really appreciate you coming on tonight.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
no problem, and I will be by there sometime this week.
Okay.
Um, you have anything else you want to add? Cause
No, just I want to thank the community so much for the support this far. Just it's I can't say it's a struggle. I call it a challenge. It's not a struggle. It's a challenge. And every day I pray, and ask God for guidance. And He's guiding me this far. So I know I'm doing something right. I know I'm doing something right when I have repeat customers. I know I'm doing something right when people like you reach out to me and want to share my story and share um, my dream with everybody else. So the support goes a long way, and I appreciate it more than you know. And then just to the young men and women, it may not be any young men and women viewing this podcast right now, but to the parents of those young men and women, like, we are not always dealt the perfect hand, but there is some type of outlet and escape to bring us to where we need to be in life. And this was mine. And every day, you kind of got to wake up and go get it. Just go, don't look back and reach, like, this may sound cliche, but reach for the stars, literally reach for them, so, and like, we've been talking about all day today, like, I'm doing this for the Black community wholeheartedly. Like, I don't know, my shirt, look at my shirt. It says unapologetically Black, and that's me all the way around. I don't back down from that, and I just love what we're able to do now. It took a lot, for us to get to where we are now. We just have to ride this wave and continue to ride it. We may fall off a couple of times, but get back on, because everything we getting now, we deserve it, plus more.
exactly.
We deserve everything that's coming to us, and we deserve more and more and more. It is, I can't even tell you how much we deserve, but we deserve a lot. So, like, the store is located at 1488 Northampton Road, Desoto, Texas, 75115. You can shop with us online, lynsbeautydepot.com. And for my folks that are not computer savvy, you can always call the store, 469-747-3212. I'm pretty sure my niece answered the phone, and she is very, very helpful. We strive for good customer service. And one thing that stands out from any other beauty supply store probably in the world is that I have a drive-through.
Yes. So easy.
So y'all come through the drive-through, because I understand that COVID is here and it may not be going anywhere for a while. And I also know that people may not want to actually get out and come in and shop. Just come through the drive-through. We'll help you out as much as we can.
And there you go. And also, you will be successful because you're doing the right things. You're giving
Thank you.
back to the people in the community, because that's a great opportunity for people to come in and be able to sell their product in your store, and you're not charging them. And that's a wonderful thing. So definitely, if you ever need anything, just let me know. I'm here.
Thank you.
I will, like I said, I'll be by there to support you.
Text me
Sometime
before
this,
you come. I have a busy week this week. I think I told you before, I'm a professional African dancer, so we got a lot
yes,
going on this week. So just text. I'm sure my husband will be here, or my niece, but yeah, we would love to have you. If your wife has time to come with you, bring her in as well. I would love to see her beautiful Black face. So, yeah,
most
thank you.
definitely. Well, I definitely appreciate it.
Thank you.
I know some of my regular followers, they read the text below. So They about ready to jump
Jump
on it.
into that.
Oh, welcome to the show, Radio. I'm sorry, I was looking at a different stream. Good for you. Nice to see someone following their passion in life. Radio have actually started following us last Sunday before last, and he been on the show every night out of Canada. So
Wow. Wow.
I appreciate it. Um, so I know a lot of them going to start coming in because of the statement I made on the bottom. So, um, but I appreciate it if you ever need to come back, give out some good information or anything. And we talked about some stuff privately, and I'm still waiting for a call back on that.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
will be in contact with you on that. And once again, go out and shop at Lynn Beauty Depot, 1488 Northampton Road, DeSoto, Texas, 75115. You can shop in person, shop online, or you could drive through. And that will be good too. So Radio is right. Those working with what they is great. Oh, what they love.
Mhm.
And so she corrected that. Welcome to the show, T Cal, another supporter that is always on and supporting the show. So I appreciate it. Unless you want to stick around and get on this topic tonight.
I'm itching to do it. Oh, I mean, but we got to get home. My niece is
All right.
tired. She been flying all day. Baby
Hey,
girl
I
got school,
appreciate it.
so. But I'm gonna be jumping in now that I'm gonna be in these comments and stuff. Thank you, TK. I'll be in these comments soon with y'all chopping it up because I know it get a little fiery in here, and I'm ready for it. Me and my husband, we like stuff like that.
Well, all right. Well, I appreciate it. Y'all be safe. Thank you for coming
Okay.
on. And I'll
Thank
be
you for
talking
having
to
me.
you soon. You're
All
welcome.
righty.
Be blessed. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Man, that was great. Miss Lynn, well, Rashida from Lynn Beauty Depot, 1488 Northampton Road in DeSoto, Texas. Definitely go out and support them. They both are vets. They both serve. Her husband served 20 years. She served 20. I mean, she served 14. He served 20. So definitely go out and support them. If you don't want to get out the car, go through drive-through. You can shop online. They'll ship it to you. Or you could go shop in person. Or if you just want a safe place, you could go and hang out, talk to someone. Matter of fact, on the post I seen, she said if you need a hug or if you need to sit down and talk to someone, she's willing to do that. So definitely go out and support this business, small business, and let's make a difference. They serve our country, so let's definitely support them. Um, Now to our regular broadcast. Yeah, we've been hearing this about Trump and his taxes. So I just have a question to all my Trump supporters. Will you still support him after finding out you pay more taxes than him? I just want to know. Do you think it's okay for the last 2 decades he paid maybe $750 in taxes? That's a lot. They broke it down. The type of money he paid was less than what a waitress would pay. And you know, waitress don't make much money. They make their money off of tips. They get paid what, $2.13 an hour plus tips, and they have to report the tips. And they paying more than $750 a year. So that's interesting. Do you think it's fair? Are you still going to support a cheater? And of course, like I said last night, he was going to say it was fake news. It's not right. But it also came out he did business overseas, and he paid their government. I think it was like over $300,000 overseas, not in America, but overseas. He paid them over $300,000 in taxes. Yes, he is. If you want to lose money, bet on Trump. So I just want to know, because I hear it all the time. Who was that? Marcus last night. Marcus, are you still going to support Trump? Last night you were saying in the chat, 2020 Trump. I want to know, are you still going to support him, knowing that you have paid more taxes than he have? Are you going to support him, and why? I just want to know. Because as for me, I've already felt like he wasn't fit as a president, but now he's a thief. And not only that, they saying that if he win this next election, it's going to cost, he's going to go into, going to have to, commitment that he made, he's going to have to pay way more money. And I believe they said we may end up having to pay it for him. So do you want your tax dollars to go pay his debt? Not including how tax dollars are paying for his hotel every time he go to Florida. We paying him to stay at his own hotel. Why? Radio said the taxes were not surprising. No wonder he has fought so hard to keep them secret. Exactly. He fought very hard to keep them secret. He don't want to. Not only that, if they go deep down into the detail of it, it's probably a couple of things in there, code names, because at the 2 decades ago, he was having to pay out some money for some allegedly for some underage activities he had. So that's another thing, which I've heard in the past, that one reason why he didn't want to let his taxes come out, because we would know exactly how much he paid for these sex scandals he was involved in. We're still talking about the same man that any woman that challenged him, oh, she mean and nasty. She mean and nasty. But then turn around, when an Epstein girlfriend got caught, I wish her luck. Now, he used to hang out with them, and the reporter asked, hey, didn't y'all live in the same subdivision? I don't know. I wish her luck. How the hell are you going to tell a sex offender you wish them luck with the charges that are up against them? So I'm just waiting for when it come out. I want to know, hopefully she have a day in court. Hopefully she make it to court, because Epstein, he didn't make it. So hopefully she make her day in court and she's able to tell everything. Who knows? She might be trying to get a book deal taken care of. But either way, Trump need to go. November the 3rd, we need to vote him out, get him out of office, and make sure we send him packing. He lied about so many things. He lied about the wall, which he had some of his friends get the contract for the wall. That is still not up. He also lied about Mexico was going to pay for it. And Mexico president said, "No, the hell, we're not." Um, okay. Yeah, I heard that. Uh, yeah, he wasted $70,000 on that rug and hairstyle. And yeah, that was when they said $70,000. I'm like, how much is he paying for a haircut each one? But then again, I forgot it's not a haircut. It's just the rug. Got to make sure it glued down right. And when it looked thin, got to sew it back in and go on with it. So $70,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. So um, that's a lot of money to spend for a haircut. But then again, he probably had the mindset. I want to know who was his hairstylist. $70,000, was that 70,000 a year? That's a lot of money. Um, that's more than what most people make a year. At that price, you probably can pay probably 4 to 5 people's salary. Depends on what they making, because minimum wage is so low. That's another thing Mitch McConnell is holding up, is the bill to cause minimum wage to go up. He haven't signed that yet. So that's something else that Mitch McConnell is holding up, the minimum wage. That's another reason why he need to go. When Trump mentioned we need to clean the swamp, he's right. We need to clean anybody who agreed with what Trump have done. We need to get them all out of office. They all need to step down and go. They don't have to go home, but they need to leave there. So it's crazy how all of this is playing a part of it. Now tomorrow night, when that debate come on, I'm watching the debate tomorrow, so it may be a late night tomorrow. After the debate go off, depends on how late it is. I'll probably come on then, because it's going to be interesting. Some people said, will he call Joe Sleepy Joe? I don't think he'll do it in his face. Exactly. Well, Mitch been having that bill for months now. He been holding this up for some time, and he just refused to sign it. So with him refusing to sign it, it's just holding things up, and that's all it's doing. Instead of saying, you know what, it's been since March, they've been trying to send out another stimulus package. People are out here suffering. People out here losing their homes, losing their apartments. And here it is, allegedly the richest country in the world cannot take care of their people. That don't make sense. They can take care of them, but they refusing to. That's why I say all the time, when some of these people have to go to meet they maker, hell gonna bust wide open. Matthew 25:40 tell you, when I was hungry, you fed me. Oops. When I needed a place to stay, you offer me a place. So the thing is, when it come down to it, everything they doing, they are going to be held accountable for it, and they need to be, because this what they're doing. I've seen some food that was talking about Trump was God sent. I don't know about that. Not with the way Trump is doing things. I don't believe that at all. So, um, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Because he's definitely killing everything that comes his way. He don't want to sign nothing. I think he falls asleep. I think he's probably reached that age where it's time for him to retire. And that's why we talked about it last Thursday with Miss Risky that um, at they need to have term limits. They only need to be in there for a certain length of time. After that time, they need to retire. And some of these people, they get in there and they cater to certain people. Then they turn around and get voted in again. And we're still dealing with the same thing. This year, we need to show up at the polls and show out. What I mean about showing out, go in there and vote. Vote like your life mean it. Depends on it. Because it do this year. We heard this in the past. Vote like your life depend on it. Well, it really does depends this time. Because 4 more years of Trump, it's not going to be good. We basically going to have to go and it's no way we could deal with another 4 years. Not one time had Trump mentioned about a team to try to get us out of this madness that we're in. He had a team. He refused. Well, because he has such a thing for President Obama, he come in and change anything President Obama did. He won't even allow his picture to hang up in the White House. That's just racist in so many ways. Well, I can't really say it's racist because I heard he won't even allow George Bush picture to hang up. So anybody who spoke out against him, he don't want their picture in the White House. So tomorrow night is going to be very interesting with this debate. Who do y'all think going to win? I feel like they should be fact checking everything that is said tomorrow night during the show, because there's going to be a lot of lies going on, and it's going to be from one side. You know what? You're exactly right. Welcome to the show, Charles Hunt from LA. Thank you for always tuning in and supporting the show. I heard that last night or this morning, his former campaign manager was threatening to commit suicide yesterday. His wife ended up having to call and get him help. So right now, he's actually in a psych hospital because of it. And it was like shortly after this news came out about Trump taxes, then that story came out. So hopefully he get the help he need, because mental health is a serious disease. And at some point we all kind of suffer with it, but some people handle it different than others. So, and speaking of that, I've been talking with the counselor today. So we're trying to get it set up where she will be back on the show here pretty soon. So as soon as she texts me back, I will be able to let y'all know exactly when she will be able to come on. And we will be dealing with mental health again, because it's been a couple of months. Yes, I hope the best for him also. Um, Definitely hope the best. Mental health is a very serious disease, and if you cannot handle it, it's best that you get the treatment you need, even if you feel like you can't handle it. Just because you may be having mental health issues doesn't mean you're gonna have to go into a hospital to get help. A lot of time you can sit down and with a professional and talk it out and be able to get the advice you need to be able to deal with your issues. So I take mental health very serious. And speaking with Miss Kincaid today, um, we're trying to work out a date for she could come back. Hopefully, I would know tomorrow exactly when she'll be able to come back on, and then I will be able to let y'all know. So if you never came and watched the show with Miss Kincaid on it or Miss Simmons on it, you definitely want to pay attention because they give some great advice and provide some great service. Um, Mental health is a very serious issue that a lot of people really overlook. So, and also, someone sent me a message after last night's show, and I don't know if they responded back or not, but I responded back to them. They actually said I was wrong for bringing up race about the Logan police officer issue, but that's his opinion. I'm okay with it. The thing else about it, with the police officer, I did say, hey, would they question if he was a real police officer if he was white? And in the video, you could clearly hear the lady question if he was a real police officer or not. Then on top of that, told the person to call 911 to find out if he was a real police officer. Not looking at the fact that the lady, Alicia Kidd, had been asked to leave. If she wasn't going to put on a mask, she was asked to leave. Once she refused to leave, she became a criminal trespasser. So, because of that, somebody decided to leave a comment and say I was wrong. Well, no, I wasn't. Because we've seen so many different times where um, immediately, if it was, if the roles was changed, and if that was a black person that refusing to listen to the cop, people would have came to the aid of that police officer. They would have been talking about back the blue. They would have been talking about um, just pay attention, just follow his orders and all of this. But not one time did anybody tell this young lady that. So, was it wrong? No, it wasn't. It was stating the facts. Because in the society that we live in today, a lot of people don't understand the fact it's a difference between a black and white justice. They don't want to understand that. Because if you truly take a look at America today and look at how people are treated, it's a complete different. When you have these school shootings, well, guess what? A lot of those guys that's shooting up schools don't look anything like me. But guess what? They're captured. Some of them stop for food on the way to the police station, whatever they need. they catered to. But if it was a black or brown person, they wouldn't be that lucky. They would have been shot as soon as they seen them. Just like the El Paso shooting at the Walmart a year ago. Same thing. They captured that guy peacefully. Still had his gun. And next thing you know, they have him in cuffs, walking with him peacefully. Had him sit down on the ground, gave him some water. No. So, no, I wasn't wrong. Now, I will say, I did go back and check the story today. Officer Smith did have some support from Back to Blue. He did have some. They did march and protest. Some people held up signs. Just wasn't that many of them now. Don't get it twisted. It wasn't that many of them. They held up signs and we support Smitty, Officer Smitty. And that's how it should be. But it wasn't as many as normally come out. And then on top of that, the police department and the school district have received a lot of calls and threats behind that situation. Why are you calling the police department and the school district making threats? Officer Smith was doing his job. That's what he was hired to do. And this particular person had made a comment about a rent-a-cop overstepping his boundary. A rent-a-cop? Explain that comment to me, because that man is not a rent-a-cop. That guy is a trained police officer, but that's the way some people look at it. They refused to address him as a policeman. They called him a rent-a-cop. And that's crazy within itself. Why you can't address this guy as a police officer? That's part of the problem that we have in America. Just like last month, I talked about the officer in Alabama that was on her way to work and got pulled over by two white officers in Alabama. And she was in uniform. They didn't care. They did not care she was in uniform. And they treated her like she was wrong. The comments they made to her. So we need to teach people the real history of America and make sure we treating everybody right. I treat everybody the same way, and based upon how you treating me. You come to me respectful, I'm gonna be respectful to you. But if you get on that wrong side, I'm gonna just tell you I don't fool with you. And that's all to it. And I have no problem with telling somebody that. Because one thing about it, I would always speak my mind. And I will tell you the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to just tell you straight up front. I don't fool with you. So, other than that, oh, yes. Yeah, it's crazy. People are holding up that idiot kid, Kyle Rittenhouse, as a hero. I seen a post today, and it was very disturbing. The guy had on a red, white, and blue cross, and talking about he have on a Kyle Rittenhouse shoes or something. Just really crazy. That's not he's not a hero. That's a thug. Let truth be told, he's a thug. There's no other way of putting it. Cal Rittenhouse is a thug. He never should have been there. Never should have been in that city. If you was there to clean paint off the spray paint off the side of a church, that's fine. You don't need a weapon to do that. And nobody didn't call a kid to come and protect their business. Because if that's the case, that person need to be charged also. He ain't no hero. Hello, thug. That's all he is. Call it like it is. He's a thug. It's crazy how people have the heroes confused. He wasn't a hero. Oh yeah, I seen that. I definitely seen that video, and I want to say I even posted. It came out last month where he sucker punched a girl from behind. Yeah, he's a thug. Any man that hit a woman, you're not a man. You're not a man. You're, ooh, yeah. I'm trying to be better, but I'm gonna just say you're an itch. So that's really weak. Okay, two young ladies got into it. Let them deal with it. Let the two young ladies deal with it. If anything, you should have been trying to break it up. Say, hey, y'all chill, let's work this out. But if they started to get physical, you don't get involved with that. You let the two ladies work it out. But you want to come up and sucker punch a chick from behind and think you're a big man for doing it? I wanted to see the end of the video because the two guys that was videotaping it, they got out the car because they said if he hit that chick, I'm getting out to defend this woman. And when he hit her, they got out the car and the video went off. So he's not no hero. He's a thug. Call it like it is. He's a thug. Of course, they're kind of like Trump. They probably gonna say it's fake news. He said the girl he assaulted posted a picture of him close up, and it was definitely Cal. Some of his supporters said it wasn't him. Yes, it was. I watched the video several times to make sure it was him. It was definitely him. No way of lying about it, getting out of it. It was him. It was. But they say he's a hero. No, he's not. He's a thug. I said it. He's a thug. A thug. That's all he is. But they want to say he's a hero. People had their mind messed up. They don't want to call it out like it should be. But each his own. I'ma say it like I see it. He's a thug. Yeah. People talking about, oh, he's a hero. No, he's not. A hero don't go around punching ladies from behind. To be honest with you, way old girl was doing OBs, I think if he would have came up front to front, I think she would have took him. I'm just saying. I think she would have knocked him out. Yes, it do. It tell you exactly what type of person he is. It should be held up because the first thing that happened when something happened to a victim, first thing they do, they pull up their background. That's the first thing they pull up, their background. And if it's somebody who have a squeaky clean background, they'll try to figure out another way to turn it around. Look at Breonna Taylor. Her background was clean. Now, her ex-boyfriend background wasn't, but that's not her. She wasn't even with the guy no more. But they still blame her for her death. Then it came out, and they said that the story came out where they're talking about the evidence that the AG presented does not add up to what happened. The bullet that shot that officer did not come from her boyfriend. So it sounded like to me one of those other officers shot him. They probably closed their eyes when was just shooting randomly. That's what it sounded like to me, because they said that bullet did not come from his gun. So they should have been checking everybody's gun to find out who shot him. That AG lies so much anyway. That's the same reason why they was trying to keep it on the down low and offer a plea deal for the ex-boyfriend to lie on her. So how can you trust somebody like that? I feel like that should be tampering with evidence, trying to intimidate a witness or something. They all need to be brought up on charges. And Kentucky, y'all need to get ready. Need to get ready because y'all need to vote. It's still time to get registered to vote. And y'all need to vote every election, not just this one, every one. Because our laws start at the local level, not just at the federal. They release some body cam footage. Yes, I've seen that. I think 2 days ago, they released the body cam footage of some of it, and I just don't know. I want kind of like what Attorney Ben Crump said. He want to see the transcript of the grand jury and find out what was said, what was asked, and all of this, because it's no way with the corruption that Louisville, Kentucky has, from trying to offer a plea deal to get someone to lie. And even though the brother is in jail, I'm glad he didn't take that deal, because he said in a call, Breonna didn't deserve none of this. She didn't have nothing to do with it. But they trying to offer me a plea deal to lie and say she did. So, no. Whoever offered that deal, they need to be brought up on charges. Falsifying reports. That's one of the problems we have in America today, because it's so many people that have gone to jail from a lie. And that's why we need to take a stand and make sure we get these people out of office. And what Trump trying to do, even though Trump is on his way out the door, but if he select that Supreme Court nominee, it's not gonna just affect us right now. This is gonna affect us for the next 40 years. That's what you have to look at. Yeah, he'll be long gone. But the judges that he's trying to nominate can still be sitting on the Supreme Court for the next 40 years. And this is what we need to prevent. That's why I feel like it should be a time limit. Okay, give them 10 years. After 10 years, you got to go. Move on. So, and since Trump has been in office, he have appointed 198 judges. 198 judges. Guess how many of them look like me? We don't have that long to try to figure it out. I'm going to just tell you, none of them. Not one. So you telling me in 198 judges that he have appointed, you can find one brother, one sister to put in those positions? No. He didn't want to. So that's why Trump need to go. I'm still asking the question tonight to all my Trump supporters. Do you still support him, knowing that you have paid more taxes than him? I know what some of them going to say. They're probably going to say, oh, he was smart to be able to get out of paying taxes. I wouldn't try it. It won't be good. You won't get the same results. Exactly. McConnell, Tom Cotton out of Arkansas. That's another one. State of Arkansas. Guess what? Tom Cotton, he don't care about y'all. He won't Amy Barrett to win the Supreme Court nominee because they want to get rid of the Affordable Act, Obamacare. They also want to get rid of Roe versus Wade. Want to take women's rights away. So, Arkansas, y'all need to rise up, get registered to vote. Tom Cotton is on the ballot this year. Let's send him packing. Make sure he lose. Tom Cotton, get him out of there. He need to go. It don't make a difference what color you are. It will affect either you or someone close to you. So let's send them packing. Let's start cleaning the swamp out, as Trump say. Let's start cleaning them out and sending them home. Mitch McConnell need to go. Tom Cotton need to go. Trump need to go. It is. And matter of fact, I didn't get a chance to do it today. My wife was telling me there was a special that came on. She recorded it for me. And someone went to school with Mitch. And his whole goal was to come in and get as many Republicans in these positions as possible. So I have to look at it myself, take my notes, and we'll discuss it because we need to change. We need to change everything. There have been talk about adding more Supreme Court seats. We should. I feel like we should. I feel like, hey, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Let's get them out. I think radio you mentioned last week that if a candidate get enough complaint, they have a re-election to get them out of office. And that's in Canada. So we definitely need to get some of these people out. change it up, flip it up, because enough is enough. We're just tired of this foolishness that is going on, because it's way too much that is. We could be doing more things, and I'm sure Trump is working overtime. He probably listening to the show itself tonight and probably trying to see what can he say tomorrow to help him. But at this point, it's not too much you can really say. Um, Not unless you're gonna come in and say, "Hey, I waved the right white flag. I'm packing my bags and I'm gonna go." It doesn't make any sense. Um, Republican policy don't poll well nationally. The Republican president candidate has lost the popular vote 6 out of 7 last election. That's so true. They have. Um, that's why we need to change the election. Get rid of the. Why is this person? I have no idea. Had something to pop up on my screen. I heard it go off, but wasn't sure why. Yeah, we need to change all of that. Also, if y'all could, you listening on Facebook, if you could definitely give the show hearts, like it, as many as possible. We want to try to extend this show. Also, if you haven't liked the page, Speak on it with Who You With Kurt Dog, definitely go ahead and like the page, because here in the next couple of weeks, we will not be broadcasting on both pages on Facebook. So we will just be doing it on Speak on it with Who You With Kurt Dog, because we're having trying to grow the show, and we're trying to grow it. We broadcast in 2 different broadcasts, and it's taking numbers. So we will be broadcasting only on Speak on it with Who You With Kurt Dog on Facebook, as well as the other platforms outside of Facebook. So if you don't follow us on Facebook, definitely send the hearts in, like it. And here in the next couple of weeks, we're only going to broadcast on 1 on Facebook and not 2. So, so definitely do that. And I'm going to be announcing it more and more, but I think I'm going to give it 2 weeks. And then after that, I would no longer be broadcasting on my personal page. So definitely, like the page, follow the page, Speak on it with Who You With Kurt Dog, and we can do it like that, for we can have other options coming in. So, but hey, tomorrow night it's gonna be kind of not sure if I'm coming on. Planning on coming on, depends on how late this debate lasts. And I should be on tomorrow night after the debate, and want to know your opinion of the debate. Matter of fact, if you have something you would like for them to discuss in the debate tomorrow, put it in the chat. Let's talk about it. I do want to know, what is the Black agenda? I know you cannot be strictly for one race of people, but a lot of time the Black communities are getting overlooked, and that's the reason why we also need to get out and vote, because that plays a big part in it. So we need to vote. Like I said, come November the 3rd, I'm gonna be out with be out with water, trying to encourage people to vote, snacks and everything, because we need to let our voice be heard. We definitely need that, and we got to flip this election completely over and let Trump know we're tired of his BS. We're tired of it. We need to send him home packing. Yeah, excuse me. Also, along with sending him home packing, um, along with sending him home packing, we might. He don't have even. He don't even have to go home. He could just go on, hang out with Big Bubba a little bit. Radio said, "I'd like to ask Trump why he drink a whole case of Diet Coke every day. It ain't working. It's definitely not working. And maybe that calm his nerve. You know what? You sure it's Diet Coke? Because back in the days, it was alleged that the way they used to make the regular Coke had certain things off in it. Allegedly had certain things in it. Maybe where that sniffing coming from. Open his sinus up a little bit. I don't know. But hey. Excuse me. But yeah, that debate would be very interesting tomorrow. I've been waiting for it, and I wish they would fact check them during this debate. But because they're not, I can see come Wednesday morning, it's going to be people up all night long fact checking everything they're saying. And they should have it right there on the debate. As Trump said yesterday, they really treat him really bad. They don't like him. They treat him like the Tea Party. I don't understand that. I don't think he'll do it tomorrow. Not face to face. I really don't think he will. He said, I'm sure he will come up with a stupid nickname for Biden tomorrow. Biden has been advised to expect anything from Trump. Yes, you can't trust him at all. I think with tomorrow, to be honest with you, I'm hoping Biden come out and just be aggressive with it. Get gangster with it, because he don't need to be up there and try to be all what's the right word? Professional with Trump. Because Trump gonna say and do whatever he wanna say and do. So Biden need to come out swinging tomorrow. Now, I also don't feel like Biden will go for name callings. Because if so, this may turn into a debate where it might be some bleepity bleep bleep going on. So I'm just saying, because Trump gonna try to make Biden look like a mean guy, which we've been listening to this for a long time. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. That's exactly how stupid they can get with Trump. You arguing about the size of each other's hands. Who cares? It sound like to me you trying to. You know what they say about people, about guys' hands and feet. So maybe Trump was trying to find out. I don't know. Ah, He, I, hey, he concerned about that man hand. Mm, I don't know. Maybe. Hey, I'm gonna leave that one alone because I can. I don't know. I don't care about another man's hand nor feet size. That's just me. But Trump making comments about this man's hand. Um, I want to say there's going to be two between them. And I think it's going to be one against Pence and Harris. And Pence going to have his hands full. Matter of fact, they held I seen a video earlier where um, Graham and Pence held the rally at in Washington, and I don't know if it was actually that many people there. They could have added them into the video with technology today. Maybe they used TikTok and added more people into the video. But the ones I did see, I think out of all the people I seen, it was maybe a handful that had a mask on, and that was Secret Service. I think it was 3 Secret Service guys, and one had it below their chin. One of the spectators had it below their chin, and the other one had it on. But I'm thinking there may be 2. Let me pull it up and see. Like I tell y'all, we are live. So I believe it's going to be 2, but let me check and see. Let me see. Trying to pull it up and see. I know it's the one tomorrow, and it may be one after that. After Biden and after Harris and Pence. I believe it. Yeah, it say the first debate would take place late September, the 29th, and see if they have it. Oh, October the 15th. October the 15th, and that will be at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. And the trying to see when it's Pence and Harris debate. Well, they have 2 dates. That's the presidential debate on October the 15th. And, oh, look like they have 3. My bad. They say, okay, it's 2, but they have a replacement in case for the second debate. If they have to replace it, yeah, the 22nd. So it depends on how they figure it out. So, but it's at least 2 debates that's going on. between Biden and Harris. So it'll be at least 2. So, but either way, it's going to be entertaining. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. That's all it is. I think that's another thing that we need to stop teaching our young folks about Republican and Democrat and the message is sent talking about how they go back and forth. But what people don't really realize, some of these people, yeah, we see them on the news talking about this person, talking about that person. Then behind closed doors, they actually great friends. They probably hang out at the little social club or playing poker together or whatever. But that's the message we need to stop sending our younger people. And just let it be. Yeah. But that's society today. We're gonna as they used to say back in the old days, flame mud and make each other look bad. It don't have to be that bad. You know, prove your point, stick it straight to the point. Don't make up extra stuff and name calling and stuff like that. I'm telling you, tomorrow it's going to be very interesting. I'm going to sit back and have my popcorn and I'm going to sit back and look at this hot mess because you don't know what to expect with Trump. He may come up and cancel this at the last minute. Say he's sick. He's under the weather. Knowing him, he'll go to the point of saying he think he had corona. Then the next day, he back on the tour again. That's how sick this man is. He would use that for an excuse to keep from debating Biden, especially since his taxes came out, because he know that's going to be the number one question that's going to keep coming up is why you didn't pay your taxes. So, yeah, he'll keep. My wife told me, said, I think Vegas have a poll going on where you can actually bet how many times Trump is going to say fake news. Something she had mentioned about they betting on Trump to say something multiple times, and you can actually bet on it to see how many times he's going to say it. And I'm like, if it's dealing with him and anything in the news, he probably going to say fake news over 1,000 times tomorrow night. That's fake news. Fake news. It's not true. Fake news. Why you listen to fake news? It's fake news. So he's going to be getting them in tomorrow, fake news. And that's probably going to be his answer to a lot of things if he shows up. I'm sure he already have an excuse, the reason why he won't show up. I'm like this. Technology today, you don't show up, do it via Zoom. Hey, I'm just saying, you're a leader, show up to the debate. What are you afraid of? Show up. Because we need to know. We want to know, why did you lie for us for several months, telling us this virus was gonna blow over? It's not that bad. As Marcus was saying, last night. Well, as I explained to Marcus last night, as Trump said, the China flu. Instead of calling it by a proper name. So it's gonna be interesting. And he need to just man up and say, you know what? I made a big mistake. I made a huge mistake. And deal with the consequences. I'm sure he won't be prepared. He will just wing it like everything else. And he's gonna come out talking about, oh, that's fake news. I won't say they frustrated because they looking at their resume, which I personally, I wouldn't put it on my resume because people are gonna be like, oh, you was part of that BS that happened, that we unlost all this money and lost all these lives. I wouldn't. I'd be like, what did I get myself into? Because Trump is gonna lead the folks and have led them down this dark, dark, long rabbit hole, and they can't even get out. They can't get out. They don't know what to do. It's crazy. Trump only care about himself and no one else. That's all he care about. How can he make $1? He don't care anything about us. Exactly. And then Trump talk about him like a dog. Anybody who worked with him that left when they was there, they was agreeing with everything he was doing. He loved them. But now he talk about him. And who was that? Was it Sarah or someone else that that just recently left because the husband is against Trump and the mama worked for Trump, and it was causing the daughter problems. She didn't like the fact that the mother was supporting Trump. So it's what type of example are you showing your kids? If you Kellyanne Conway, exactly. I knew it was one of them. I was getting ready to Google it, but her husband was against Trump, and she was for Trump, and the daughter is in between the two of them. And I think the daughter allegedly said they both was kind of crazy. And it caused both of them to give it up because their daughter, it started affecting their home, their kids. And see, that's what people have to realize when kids are involved. Kids are paying attention to everything you do. They're going to follow your step. They're going to follow behind you, even though it may look like they're not paying attention, but they're going to do everything you do. So, yeah, you have to pay attention to that. No way possible I would have ever supported Trump. I'm like, no. When that recording came out, and what was the guy named Bush on the TV show that lost his job that recently got it back because he was actually on the tape with Trump joking about it. He lost his job and Trump won the White House. How that work? And Trump is the one talking about just coming up and grabbing women and kissing them without their permission. A lot of them do. A lot of people a lot of presidents, once they get out, and I know she's not a president, but when they get out, they age. They age because of all the stress they have to go through. Now, I guess Trump just said, "I'm gonna live how I want to live," and he don't deal with nothing. He don't care about nothing. So we'll see. A couple of months after he get out, exactly how it's gonna work for him. So that's gonna be interesting. I hope. Ooh, now he's already up in age. Just imagine if he aged bad. That won't be good. And then that, as radio say, that rug on top of his head not gonna make it no better. So yeah, that'd be a bad scene. But come November the 3rd, we need to vote them out. If you have time, whatever city, state you're in, download a sample ballot. Find out who's running in your area. Do your research on these people and start making plans to vote them out. If I'm not mistaken, with the sample ballots, you can actually take it into the booth with you. You can't use that, but you could use it as notes for who you choose to vote for. Then also you want to take a friend with you to go vote. Take somebody who you know that is not registered to vote to go vote. This election is very important. If you have a felon, if you are a felon, go to vote.org and find out if you could get your rights back to vote. It only take a couple of seconds. Click on your state, answer a couple of questions, and within a couple of seconds, you will know if you have your rights back. A lot of states, if you have paid your dues, you're no longer on paper. You don't owe any fees. Most states will give you your rights back. So definitely take the time, go to vote.org and see if you could get your rights to vote back. And then on top of that, if you're able to get them back, register to vote and get out and vote. Don't just register and be like, "Oh, I register." It don't do no good if you don't make your vote count. So you have to get out and vote. Let your voice be heard. If you're tired of all this foolishness that is going on in America, let your voice be heard. Let's get out there, vote, send Trump packing, and send all his clowns packing too. Just like here in Texas, we need to send these clowns we have in office. We need to send them packing. Greg Abbott, Ken Paxton, Dan Patrick, Ted Cruz. Y'all got to go. You have to go. And especially Greg Abbott, he showed me enough during this pandemic exactly how I feel. Well, I already knew he didn't care about black and browns, no way. But when you change your executive order, you got to go. That tells me you're not strong enough to be a leader because you scared. You scared to stand up to someone, and now she's running for office also. So that's a problem. Here it is. She took the opportunity to stand up to a order that she violated, and she using every bit of it to run for office. And here it is, Greg Abbott turned around and supported her. T. Callan came in. I didn't get a chance to say it, but it's on the stream. Radio said that Rugg is crying for help, and T. Cal come in crying, laughing, pointing. It is. Yeah. Maybe I wonder if Lynn Beauty Depot have something that we could give him to get that hair back in order. That Hey Trump, I know you listening. Check out Lynn Depot, and you can order it online. She'll ship it to you. Find out. I'm sure it's something to help that piece out a little bit. So go to LynnBeautyDepot.com. Place your order. We don't have to know it's you. She won't tell nobody she got an order from the White House. She's a vet. Support her business. Her husband is a vet. He did 20 years. She did 14. Support him. He might just need to take it off, wash it, and dust it. Dust it off, brush it, sweep it off or something. I don't know. It's time. It's way time for a change. Some days it look very thin. Some days it look a little thick. So I don't know. Maybe he grabbed the wrong one for that day. He probably have one for windy days. Then he had one for light wind. So, but contact Lynn Beauty Depot and they will hook it up. Yeah, if that rug could talk the story, we would hear. Woo. Yeah, that would be interesting. If that rug could talk, because it'll tell all. It'll tell you everything. Tell you about the time he ran down to the bunker and to the bunkers and hid from the protesters. But he said he was going to check on the room. And there's some people actually believe that. I don't believe it at all. So, but yeah, Trump, reach out to LynnBeautyDepot.com. I'm sure she has something for you that can bring life back to that rug, make you look, just have it glowing. I'm sure it will. He probably do. I wonder why though. I'm just saying. Yeah, I wonder why. And then he talking about Biden should be drug tested before the debate. They probably said the same thing about him last time, where he kept sniffing and sweating. So I don't know. I have no idea. But hey, that's Trump. That's Trump. He's gonna say and do what he want to do. That's why we need to get him out, because he only care about what's going on with him. He don't care about none of us, and I cannot wait until this debate tomorrow, because it's gonna be so many things about fake fake news tomorrow, and it's going to be interesting. Oh, let me see. I missed something. let me see. I think the person actually wrote back on here. The person I was talking about earlier. I didn't get a chance to see it, but uh, uh, oh, he said he thought it was a security officer, um, which it's not. Um, he didn't know that the school had a policy about wearing a mask. Okay. That's why it's good to listen to the show because we're only going to give you facts on here. There's no fake news on here. We're only going to give you facts. Um, if she did not comply, I never thought anything about the color of the man attempting to handcuff her, but you did because of the comment that other people questioned if the man was a real policeman or a security guard. Yes, I did. I did mention because of the comments that the people was making um, about the police officer, Officer Smith. They was questioning if he was a real policeman, even though he had a uniform on that said police on the back. And they still question if he was a policeman or not, because if he's not a real policeman, but he's wearing police gear, that's illegal. And he could go to jail impersonating a police officer. Um, the deep state want us divided on race. In my opinion, as a whole, this nation was not a racist. See, you were doing so damn good, Steve. That's a racist comment that you're making now. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. He said, "Okay, serious. I know it's a lie." Um, he said, "As a whole, this nation was not a racist until Obama came into office." Okay. Now the Dems and BLM is all about race. No, it's about all the unarmed killing that is going on in America. So, funny how most of the people in the BLM pictures are mostly white that are destroying black business. It's like the KKK took over BLM in order to destroy blacks in every way. No, it's the fact that some people don't like the fact when people say Black Lives Matter. They automatically counteract saying that Blue Lives Matter. Blue Lives Matter was formed as an attempt to go against Black Lives Matter. So it's not, you talk about the people that get arrested for burning up these business and all of that. That's a choice they making. That's the racism that we're talking about, because they are the ones that are going out and destroying these business. And then we have people blaming Black Lives Matter for it, but in reality, it's not. It's other groups pretending to be a part of the peaceful protest, and then they break off and do things, and a lot of them are covered up from head to toe. Only reason why we know they are not black is because when they get caught, they have to identify them. And that's when we start to realize, but before then, first thing they say, a Black Lives Matter protest turned into looters, rioters, and all of this. So it's not that people are making this up. People are intentionally doing these things to discredit the Black Lives Matters movement That's the reason why it's an issue. Um, there are bad cops, black and white, but the most are good cops. Yeah, it's good cops out there. Black and white is bad ones also. But we're talking about they need to get rid of these bad ones. Instead of keep getting them a slap on the wrist when you getting 10, 20 complaints against one officer violating people's civil rights, they do not need to be a cop because eventually it's going to end up to them killing someone. So yes, they don't need to be a cop. It's bad cops on both sides. Just like anything else, one point, I have black friends that I love greatly. We have to get back to loving each other. Jesus died for all our lives. Yes, he did. But some people feel Jesus died only for one race. Some people feel that Jesus died and left them in charge over all men. Now, take it when this land was stolen, that was the start of it. Then, when they brought our ancestors here from a lie, that was another start of it. Then they come here and beat and kill and rape our ancestors and expect for us to be like, oh, but see, we're living in a different time now. That won't happen today. Yeah, it may be some incidents that they may get away with it, but it's not going to be open. So that's the reason why we say Black Lives Matter. That's the reason why this platform was born. For we can have this type of discussion, open discussion. And hopefully we can change someone's mindset, because on this show, we're only going to talk about facts. That's all we're going to talk about. Now, when someone is giving out false information, yes, we will correct that information. If we say anything wrong, I will correct myself, just like I said earlier about the fact that I pulled up the story when I was typing you back earlier, pulled up the story. I seen where some people were saying Black Lives Matter, blue back to blue when it came down to Officer Smitty. But the police department and the school reported thousands of threats made to the school district and to the police department because of what happened at a football game. And not only that, looking at the video, that lady also, when she was getting ready to be taken off, how many times have we done this? We've done this a lot to wear a mask, not wear a mask, and we've gone to many places. Well, the bottom line is, if you didn't know at first, once he approached you and said, hey, it's a policy, everyone must wear a mask on school property. That's why it's good to read these stories, do your research of them. And at that point, everything else is basically false information. But before we do any stories on here, we do our research. We do our research. Risky and I, when she come on Thursday, throughout the week, we texting, sending each other messages all week long of stories that we're preparing for Thursday. So we have our facts together. It take a lot to do one show, because we research everything. We don't just look at one headline and say, oh, we're going to talk about this, but we ain't read the story. We don't do that. We're only going to bring facts on this show. And if something changed, we will correct it. But Steve Holloway, I appreciate you for opening up, having this dialogue, and please continue to listen to the show. If it's something you want us to speak on, definitely let me know. We can speak about it. We could speak on it. And if you ever want to come on the show and be a guest on the show to have this open dialogue, we could do that also. And that's with anybody else. But one thing I would not deal with is people coming up and come on here disrespecting, using racial slurs and stuff like that. I won't deal with that. That's one thing I would not tolerate on this show. So, other than that, hey, I'm glad that we're having this dialogue. We're going back and forth and communicating because, like you said, you wasn't aware that he was a police officer. You wasn't aware that was the school policy. So I'm glad you at least read my message and I read yours. So we're heading in the right direction. We can communicate about things like this. So definitely continue to watch the show. If you have any concerns about anything I say, we can have a dialogue about it. We can communicate. I respond back to messages. I don't see them all the time, but I will respond back and we will have a dialogue about it. So, so hopefully that answers your question. I have no problem with talking with anybody. Veronica Mack, let me know if you're still listening to the show. Also, I'm sorry, Radio. I seen you put it up, but I had to read that comment. Remember when he invited the that football team to the White House and had a massive amount of McDonald's food for them? Exactly. That was just. I would have said, "No, I'm good. I'm good," because I cook. Could you imagine by the time they got all that food ready from those different locations, that food was not at the right temperature. And with fast food today, if you don't get certain type of food, it may be a rough night. And if that food was cold, it was a rough night for some folks. So allegedly a rough night because I really don't do fast food anymore. I only do certain ones, but that's not one of the ones I do. So, but hey, sorry I got off track a while ago, but I'm all about. I say this show is for the people. Whatever is on your mind, we can have open dialogue. We can talk about these things, and we can also agree to disagree. So, and that's fine. Everybody would not agree with everything I say and do, and I'm okay with that. But you had the rights to your opinion. And I will give you that opportunity to say your opinion. But if it's false, I'm not going to allow you to put false information out. I will address it. I will stop you. I've had guests on in the past that put out false information, and I'm like, no. We don't do that. We're going to stick strictly to the fact. We're not going to make stuff up. We're going to stick straight to the fact. So, but, man, it's been a wonderful night tonight. Thank you to Miss Scott from Land Beauty Depot for coming on tonight to tell us about her her and her husband beauty supply house over in Desoto at 1488 Northampton Road, DeSoto, Texas 75115. You can order from their website, www.lynnbeautydepot.com. You can order online, they will ship it to you. You can also go to the location and pick out what you want. And not only that, if you don't want to get out the car because of the pandemic, they have a drive-through. You could go straight through the drive-through and end up pull up to the window and they'll hand it to you through the window. So, and for the ones that our senior crowd, you can call them 469-747-3212. And can y'all believe this young couple is giving back in a way that most people won't even think about? Giving back because if you own a business that is not dealing with food or drinks, so if you trying to sell food and drinks, don't even bother calling them because, like she said, they license don't cover that. But any other business, you can set a table. They would set a table up at their booth, have it looking good with a tablecloth, 2 chairs, and you could come up there and sell your product. But you need to contact them first. I believe she said you need to go to the website, and you can go to the website, make the request, or she said through Facebook, Lynn Beauty Depot on Facebook. And go through the form, fill out the form, make the request, and from that point, they'll give you the time slots and the date, and you can come up there and sell your product for free. And they're not going to charge you. They're not going to charge you. So definitely reach out to them. That's a hell of a way to get back to the community, because most people, when they come and try to get you to, if you want to set up a booth at their location, they're going to charge you, but they doing this for free. So definitely support them. And not only that, one of the best thing about it, like I said about the post I seen about them, they was like, if you need a safe space, you're more than welcome here. And when I sent the message and asked what exactly did she mean, she told me and said, look, we're in a pandemic. If you need someone to talk to, someone to listen to you, or if you just need a hug, you could come here. You don't have to buy nothing. You could just come here. And we will allow you to come here to have that peace during that time. So continue to go support this brother and sister, Land Beauty Depot. Go out, support them. 1488 Northampton, DeSoto, Texas, and they went out on faith because they started this in the middle of a pandemic. They started this business, and now it's up and running. Been operating since the weekend of Juneteenth, which was also the same weekend Trump went to Tulsa. So he wanted to have that rally on Juneteenth. They started a business that same weekend. So let's support them. And man, they doing some great things. So definitely let's reach out to them and go from there. And go by there and see, and just see how they doing. But other than that, until tomorrow night, um, depends on how late the debate is. I should be coming on tomorrow after the debate, but if not, I will come up on Wednesday to make up tomorrow night because I have a early morning in the morning. So I actually, yeah, I have to get up at uh shoot, I think at 5 in the morning. So it's an early morning, but um, so if I don't see y'all tomorrow night, I'll see you Wednesday night. So until then, I love each and every one of you. Until then, peace. Appreciate it, radio. Thank you for always tuning in, and everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Love each and every one of you. Yeah, have a good night.